Welcome into the Press Show, the number one rated pregame, intermission, and postgame show this side of the Mississippi, south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, and west of Nigeria. Anthony SanFilippo is back from having his tootsies in the sand somewhere in Disney or something. He's back. Bundy will be joining us later on in pregame with his keys to the game and predictions. Of course, man on the ones and twos, intern Andrew, who will be providing you tonight with the stat of the night in the first intermission, trivia time in the second intermission, and a lot of hilarity along the way. Tonight, your Philadelphia Flyers take on Carter Hart. Oh, wait, he's not playing. The Golden Knights. Not only is Carter Hart not playing tonight, he's also a mute. Anthony, Carter Hart not made available to the media. We talked about this coming into this week, coming into this game. I saw no scenario where Carter Hart was going to play. We saw him play Tuesday night. Said, all right, he's out Thursday. We heard from the coach today. Oh, he wants to play every game, but this is a team decision. Cool. So he's not playing. Usually backup goalie, not playing, made available to the media. They did a little morning skate around here, and Carter Hart was not made available to the media. Your immediate reaction?
So before I give you my immediate reaction.
Yeah.
You know, I never get stick taps from you.
You want stick taps?
I mean, let's think of it this way. Like, 24 hours ago, I was sitting in Orlando doing a show with you remotely.
Yeah.
I wake up at 4:30 in the morning.
So I wake up
all right, to get on a flight, fly home, and then come in here, and here I am working again tonight. Like, you'd think I'd get some recognition for the diligence and for my commitment to this program to do what I do. Never from you.
Stick taps for Anthony. Stick taps for Anthony. Above the table intern for goodness sakes.
I will answer Keith's question in just a minute, but I want to answer Russ's question first. And Russ's question was what I thought about the Carter Hart thing. And
can I put a real quick thing?
Yeah.
I'm going to ask one time just really nicely. Very whatever. We like to have the comments on the screen.
Tony Louie has no idea what my travel stuff was like this past weekend.
So
None.
I just want to say to the people out there, we try to run a family show, at least when we're doing the Press Row show.
Yes.
There are certain words that some of you want to use about Carter Hart. Please don't put them in the comments because they're going to be on the screen, and I don't want to have to take the comments down tonight. Okay, that is all.
Yeah. All right, so here's the thing, right? I think it's pretty lame that he's not playing the game tonight. But that's not what bothers me.
Okay.
That's not like it's. I think it's lame. I think the guy should play, right? Usually, and this is a thing we can talk to Bundy about this when he's on the show. But normally, when you get to play against your old team, there's usually money on the board, right? Everybody has to put money up, and it usually goes to like a team fund that ends up being like a late season dinner on the road kind of thing. Like all that money goes into that. You know, and it's usually when you play your former team or you're in your hometown or something like that. So the fact that he had the ability to play and didn't play, and that they kind of skirted it by making him say, "Oh, he played." What was it? Sunday that they played?
No, he played Tuesday.
No, but he played the last two. I think it was Sunday and then Tuesday.
Yeah.
Like he did not have to play Tuesday. They could have just as easily given Akira Schmid Tuesday and had Carter Hart play tonight. They could have just as easily done that. And Bruce Cassidy with the BS line, like, well, Carter wants to play all the games, so we gave him the Islanders. Like, why? If Carter, my question is, does Carter Hart, did he ask off this game? Did he say, I want to play the Islanders and not play against the Flyers? Did he ask for that? I don't know. I'm not going to speculate because I don't have the answer to that. But here's what bothers me, Russ.
Yeah.
And here's where I think it's a joke, okay? And this has nothing to do with from the media perspective. I was not back in time in order to go to the morning skate this morning, so I didn't feel personally affronted by the fact that Carter Hart did not speak to the media this morning. Okay, I was not there. But here's why it's bad. It's bad because the Flyers, at least some people in the Flyers, wanted to bring Carter Hart back. There was internal debate. Some people were no, some people were yes. But there was enough yes that they were going to try to bring Carter Hart back. Carter Hart, through his agency, contacted the Flyers, in I guess it was in September, whenever it was that they finally said that these guys can return to the NHL. And said, no, we want to go play somewhere else. Okay, that's his prerogative as a free agent. We'll get into why he was a free agent, because that the Flyers kind of got screwed there. That's not their fault, okay? Just so everybody knows, we'll get into that in a minute.
Hold on, I want to pause for a second.
What is that for?
That's a siren. So, I don't think you glossed over this, but I do think it needs to be called out one more time. There were some people in this organization who wanted Carter Hart back.
Yes.
Some did not, but some did.
Yes.
And I said this on my show this afternoon.
Yes.
If you are part of a Facebook group, a Reddit thread, something on Twitter, a group chat, you're arguing with your drunk uncle, and they say, I can't believe that the Flyers didn't bring back Carter Hart. They deserve every horrible thing that comes to him because they should have run back. They wanted to. Now, do I think they're stupid for wanting to bring him back? I do. I said many times on the show.
I wouldn't have brought him back either.
I didn't think he was a franchise netminder.
I wouldn't have brought him back either.
I think that he wilted under pressure.
Yes.
And I legitimately think that you should not want to have the PR mess that could have come from that.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I mean, Russ, we talked about this. Like, when I found out this summer that, like, oh, my God, they're interested in bringing him back, because I was told originally, no, there was no chance in hell that he was coming back. And then I found out over the summer that there was a change of thinking, and that they thought that they could bring him back. You and I talked about this, off air, and it was like, what a mistake that will be. What an absolute mistake that would be for this franchise.
It would burn a lot
of goodwill that they have built up over the last couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that would have been gone. And then secondarily, they were throwing their chips in on a rebuilding team into a goalie that hadn't played in 2 years.
Yeah.
And who, even when he played 2 years ago, was okay, good, but not elite, right?
Right.
Okay. All right. So, like, we're in agreement that would have been a bad decision by the Flyers. And
there are people right now probably dousing themselves in gasoline saying, the blue-haired libs didn't want to see him on the blah, blah, blah. No, from a hockey perspective,
it would have been bad for hockey.
I will also point out, I'll say the same thing now that I said, I don't know how many times. If the Flyers had brought him back, they better have hoped that there was never another woman in this world who took even the slightest glance from Carter Hart and wasn't happy about it. Because if there had been, and a woman had come forward, you want to talk about burning emotional and social equity that you have with the fan base?
Yeah.
Good God. Now, I'm not saying that there was anything.
Right.
We're not saying that. But just in theory, like, that is the one.
Or if it were to happen in the future.
This is the one place that he could not have had any leeway there. Right. Because he had played here. He had been in this community, yada. It wasn't worth bringing him back.
All right.
So back to what you were saying. So the Flyers wanted him anyway.
So him not playing here tonight, again, I think it's lame, but that doesn't bother me so much, all right? What bothers me is, and this is not just because it's a media thing, because the people of Philadelphia deserve answers. Fans of the Flyers deserve answers. The fact that he ducked interviews today, that's a bad look on the Vegas Golden Knights. It's bad that the NHL lets the Vegas Golden Knights get away with that, okay? And it's unfair to the people who supported this guy from the minute that he was drafted up until January of 24 when he was let go, and many of them who still supported him up till today and may still support him in the future, okay? It's a disservice to them.
Yeah.
And it's not that we wanted to hear what he had to say about the trial or any of that. He already had that conversation. He already had that interview. Right, we saw it out in Vegas. Yeah, it was a much smaller media scrum than would have been here. Yeah, the Vegas media is not nearly as hard on him as probably the Philadelphia media would have been. Whatever. That's all of that is irrelevant. But the question that needed to be asked was, Flyers were interested in bringing you back, Carter. Why did you not want to come back?
Correct.
And we don't know that answer.
No.
And he doesn't care to give you that answer. That's why you should be mad. That's why you should be upset. That's why you should feel spurned in a lot of ways.
Don't tell the fans how to feel.
What's that?
I said, don't tell the fans how to feel.
Well, no, but they should. They should feel that way. They should feel that way because that's what was lost today. An explanation to Philadelphia about why he's not here now, why he chose not to be here.
Some might say he didn't want to answer because he's a... I don't know, but I wouldn't say that, but somebody might.
Somebody might, yeah.
Here's the thing. It is so... He could have played... This is where, like, I think he got that... I think along the way, he's gotten some really bad advice. Tonight is one of those times where, like, he could have tried to spin the media narrative in his favor and said, you know what? Listen. He could have...
This response, because multiple people are putting it in.
Hold on.
Multiple people are putting it in there.
He could have just said... He could have said today, I really enjoyed my time in Philadelphia. I appreciate the support of the fans. Ultimately, I decided with the opportunity to be a free agent, I wanted to sign with a team that I thought had a legitimate chance of winning a Stanley Cup.
He could have said that.
That's all he had to say.
He could have said that.
That could have been 100% bull. But he could have said it.
Yeah, he absolutely could. He absolutely could have said it. Okay.
That I'm also muting myself while.
And the part where people said, didn't he say he wanted a fresh start? Okay. Why? Why did he want a fresh start? Because keep in mind how lucky he is. Two things. Okay. Fortunate one, that he's back in the NHL. Fortunate two, that he was basically granted free agency by the National Hockey League. It's basically what happened here. Okay,
that's the bigger issue.
That's what we're going to get to now, because this was the thing I was going to answer last night at the very end of the show that Keith asked about. The Flyers were not allowed to keep him as keep his rights at the when it's all happened a couple years ago. The league told them they had to break it off, and they couldn't offer him something to get compensation for a pick as a compensation. They weren't allowed. The league dictated everything.
Yep.
The teams had no say for any of these players, not just Carter Hart, the other four guys as well. Now, of course, Carter Hart is the most prominent of them, okay?
By a significant margin.
Sure, certainly. And so that's why the Philadelphia fan feels far more spurned, because they got nothing for him. But it wasn't like the Flyers dropped the ball here. They were not allowed. This was dictated by the NHL. Every last bit of it. And so that's what it comes down to. And you have every right to be mad about that too. Because, yeah, the Flyers got screwed. The Flyers got screwed in that regard. The fact, because he's back playing in the NHL and he became a free agent before he was allowed to become a free agent, and you got no compensation for that, and it was dictated by the league, the Flyers got screwed.
I think that's actually the biggest issue of the whole thing is they should have been compensated with something. And the fact that they weren't, and he got to, trying to find the appropriate words for this. He had to step away from the National Hockey League for something that brought a lot of very negative notoriety to the National Hockey League, and then was essentially given a gift of free agency. And the team that had him under contract ends up getting penalized, despite the fact that what he was accused of did not happen when he was a member of the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah.
Make that make sense.
Yeah, there needed to be an asset given to all the teams, in all honesty. I'm not just saying the Flyers. Like, the Devils had two players. Granted, they were not top-tier players, but they should have gotten something. They lost two players from their roster. The Calgary Flames lost a player. Like, those teams should have gotten something too. If you wanted to say, well, it's hard to determine what's the value, but make it based off of whatever their contracts were, right?
There should have been something.
There should have been. Each team should have gotten something, and they didn't. They didn't get anything. So that's what really happened, and it's unfortunate. So yeah, I could have cared less. I'm sure there would have been some media here, and I didn't need to hear the answers to these questions because I saw the interview in Las Vegas. I'm sure some people would have asked him about what it was like going through that trial and being stuck in his hometown and everything.
Back up.
What was this?
Andrew Fawcett had a really good point here too.
Yeah.
Whenever he came up as part of the Hockey Canada thing, it was Philadelphia Flyers goalie. Carter Hart.
Yeah.
So not only did the NHL and Hockey Canada get kind of dragged through the mud, and you can argue that Hockey Canada deserved it.
Oh, they absolutely deserved
it.
it.
The Flyers also had their collective name organization dragged through the mud as well. And they got nothing. Not a single thing.
Yeah. No, that's right. So anyway, that's my beef today. That's my complaint. Like, take 5 minutes, and it's all it would have needed is 5 minutes. Like, take 5 minutes, answer 5 questions, 6 questions, and go about your day. Be done. That's a bad look. It's a bad look for the league, for the Vegas Golden Knights, for Carter Hart. It's a bad look for everybody. It's not good.
I think maybe their hope is that by not making him available, they know that a lot of media aren't going to complain. They know that there's a good chunk of fans who are going to still believe whatever they believed before.
Are they not going to make him available?
And they're hoping that they're just going to sweep it under the rug.
So are they expecting that nobody from Philadelphia is going to be in Las Vegas in January when the Flyers play out there to ask to talk to him then?
Maybe he'll have a lower body injury. I don't know.
And it's possible, and that would look even worse.
Or an upper body injury,
right?
Or just a body injury. Who knows?
All right. Anyway, enough with that guy.
For those who are wondering, does he have 2 wins this season? He does. He also comes to town sporting an .889 save percentage. Now, again, he hasn't played in a year and a half.
Yeah.
So, like,
it's going to take time.
He's been a better. I think he's been better to start than many would have expected him to be. I would also argue that he's kind of been carried a bit here. And
he's on a really good team.
So we'll see. I'm ready to move off of the.
Yeah, it's whatever. It's done.
Yeah,
it's done. It's next.
Next question. All right, let's reset. So Flyers are taking on the Golden Knights. They are not taking. Oh, I actually do have a question.
Yeah.
What do you think the reception's going to be?
I think it'll be mixed. Because I do think there are a lot of fans who still love the guy.
I think it's going to be 70-30 positive.
Yeah.
I do.
It's going to be close. I think it's closer to 50-50.
I think it's going to be 70-30. Here's the question. How are they going to, because they're not going to announce his name if he's a backup goalie.
I think you'll get.
Are they going to pan in on him?
No, I don't even think I think that the game presentation people are going to go out of their way to avoid him on the screen. But I think you're going to get fans who see him either in the warm-ups or maybe at some point during the game just start chanting something to him or whatever. Like, there's going to be some element of that, and then it'll be a reaction of some fans versus other fans. It's going to be fans versus fans. Has nothing to do with him on the ice because obviously he's not playing. It's going to be sitting on the bench. So,
do you think that there's going to be a chant similar to the "bleep you cutter" chant?
I don't know if it gets that.
I don't think it does either.
I don't think it gets that hot, that testy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it goes that far.
We'll see. Tribute video. No? No.
God, no.
Okay.
No.
What was the question that you were asked at the end of the show yesterday? It was
about
why the Flyers didn't get anything back, right? That was the
correct. That was what Joe Papel asked that question.
So, let's get into the game itself.
Yeah.
Okay. Flyers take on the Golden Knights tonight. Flyers have had an up and down stretch this homestand. The Colorado game that happened over the weekend was a little bit iffy. Certainly should have probably gotten a game-tying goal in the third period, gotten a point out of that Colorado game at the worst. I don't know why it's somebody says no video, but I don't. I still see it, so I'm not sure. All right, we'll look into this. I don't know where are we at here. Mike Butts says no video. No video.
Oh, okay.
No video tribute, not no video on the stream.
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, anyway.
I was confused for a second. I'm like, did we get cut out? Did somebody touch the camera?
Oh, yeah, somebody in the organization was unhappy with something we said, so they killed the
the feed. Yeah.
So anyway, disappointing they didn't get a point against Colorado. They did bounce back against San Jose. They did an incredible job of shutting down Mac and Celebrini.
Yep.
This Vegas team is a pretty damn well-rounded team, and they're going to be one that's going to be tough to face tonight.
Yeah.
What's your initial read on tonight's game? And by the way, Darth Vladar is in net tonight. And if you want to support the best goalie in 2 decades with the Philadelphia Flyers, you can go over to shop.snowthegoalie.com. Go pick up a Darth Vladar shirt for you. Again, that's shop.snowthegoalie.com. Anthony, what's your read on tonight's game?
I'm not certain where Vegas is as a defensive team. Obviously, the Flyers have had some success the last couple of games playing the Dvorak, Zegras, and Konechny line against the top lines of the other team, which Rick Tocchet has the advantage of doing that at home. So I would expect that he will try to get them out on the ice as often as possible against Jack Eichel. I think that's probably what he will look to do. Vegas is a good team. I mean, I know that ultimately they've lost more games than they've won. They've played 29 games. They've only won 14, but they have 9 losses in overtime and shootout. 9 in overtime and shootout. It's only middle of December. But I think that there's going to be something here for the Flyers. I think that the Flyers realize that these 3 games, tonight against Vegas and Saturday against Carolina and Sunday against Carolina, the home and home with the Hurricanes, I think that they know that they've got to get 4 points out of these 3 games in some capacity, right? You would hate, and I know they did this on that road trip when they went to Tampa and to Florida and whatever. They lost the first game of that road trip, and we were like, oh, they need to get at least 4 points out of this road trip, and they lost the first game. So they put themselves behind the 8 ball, but then they went ahead and won 3 straight, right? Yep. So I think that when you look at these 3 games, you say, all right, we got to get 2 wins. Let's not fall behind the 8 ball again and have the first one be a loss and then have to win on back-to-back nights against the same team. I think they're going to come out with a little bit of energy tonight and a little bit of intent, kind of like they did in the first period against the Sharks, right? Yeah. Where they had a lot of shots and limited San Jose's chances, right? They
absolutely jumped the Sharks. I mean, like, we have not seen – I didn't actually mean to do that, but look at that. That's why they pay me the big bucks. Not that – that period that they had against the Sharks, the other night, was very uncharacteristic. I mean, they outshot the Sharks by a significant margin, put a lot of pucks on net. It was an impressive start to the game. If they come out like that tonight, it probably puts them in a good spot. It gives them a good chance. I mean, I think it's critical tonight. I'm sure when Bundy gets over here, he'll give us the keys to the game. But really, the big thing the Flyers have to do is make sure that they don't fall behind. They've had too many games this season where they've had to come from behind, and I don't think you're going to be able to do that against a team that's as talented as Vegas.
Yeah, I think Vegas does give up some goals, though. That's the one thing. Greg Mack should be our T-shirt designer, by the way.
Who's your Vladdy?
Who's your Vladdy?
Okay, maybe.
Yeah. I honestly think this game, whatever I bet you the over/under's 5.5. If I had to guess, I haven't seen it. Maybe somebody in the comments knows what the line is. If it's 5.5, I'll take the over tonight. I think there's going to be some goals scored in this game.
I'll take a gander real quick. It's been a bit since I've looked.
Oh yeah,
it is 5.5.
5.5.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Anthony SanFilippo, guess the lines.
Yeah. And I think Vegas is probably a decent favorite tonight too.
Vegas is -162. Flyers are +136.
Yeah,
you went to DraftKings, didn't you?
No, ESPN.
Do they even have a betting house anymore?
The Score Bet. They do.
Oh, okay.
The Score Bet.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I you know what? I think that look, I don't gamble, but if you're a betting person, I'd put a few bucks on the Flyers
tonight. We're going
to
say shekels.
Yeah, we're not going to say shekels. A few bucks.
A few coins.
Put a little green on the Flyers tonight. Flyers in the over. If you want a little parlay. Same game parlay.
What has happened to this show?
This guy knows gambling.
Owen Tippett, anytime goal.
If you want to light that money on fire, just send it to me instead. By all means.
Yeah.
All right, hey, we're going to do something here that we don't usually do during pregame, but I feel moved by the Holy Spirit of hockey. Intern Andrew.
Yeah.
How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you doing?
Oh, it's a night.
That was an intense pregame.
Just being honest,
I know you are, Anthony. I know you are.
Say what I feel.
We're happy you're back.
Thanks.
Intern, were you impressed by Ty Murchison the other night?
No. But that's a good thing, I thought. Didn't Bundy say that if you don't notice him, then it's a good thing?
Yeah,
that's exactly what he said.
If you don't notice a defenseman, it's a good thing.
That proves that he pays attention when Bundy talks.
Yes.
Yeah.
At
least he pays attention to one of the 3 of us. Do you have a player that you're watching tonight?
Let's That's a good question.
You want to watch Mitch Marner? You haven't seen him with Vegas yet, right?
Mitchie
That
Poo.
is true. Yeah.
It's
Stone.
Mitchie Poo.
Mark Stone.
Definitely Stone. I have a stat about him for first intermission.
There you go.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And then, it's always fun to watch Jack Eichel as well. So,
Yeah, for sure. I got to talk to intern Andrew during intermission about his Nittany Lions. Did you see the rumor today
Matt
that
Campbell might interview in Michigan.
that he might pull the Manny Diaz
there's no chance that happens.
and bolt for Michigan?
0.
How fun would that be, Russ?
0%.
I
chance.
actually would be really upset for intern Andrew and the Penn State fans if that happened.
Tell me you wouldn't laugh though.
I wouldn't. I actually think that'd be a true scumbag move. I do.
Well, if Manny
As much
Diaz,
as I like-
Manny Diaz did at the Temple.
As much as I like laughing at
wow.
intern Andrew's expense,
Yeah.
that is like a totally different thing.
Yeah.
Now, would I blame Campbell if he left Penn State to go take over Michigan? No, on a trying to get to the highest level. I mean, there are very few programs that are as good as Michigan, but I think it would be a scumbag move. Anyway, we'll bring intern back during the first intermission. Real quick for you,
Yeah.
Matvey Mishkov,
Yeah.
Travis Konechny,
Mm-hmm.
each has, I would argue to some extent, picked up their game in the past week and a half or so since Tyson Forster went out. We talked about Travis Konechny on the radio yesterday. What level of production do you think he needs to reach in this month and a half or 2 months that remain of Forster being out? Like, what is a reasonable expectation point production wise, do you think, for Konechny?
For the full season?
No, for the time that Forster's out. Like, in order for the Flyers to have the kind of level of success.
I would have to think about the number of games that is total. I mean, if it's let's
say over the next 10 to 15 games, what's an acceptable amount of goals and assists or points overall that you think Konechny would have to get to in order, if he gets to this point total, the Flyers are above 500.
If you say 15 games and he gets 12 points, that's good.
Okay.
I mean, you'd prefer to be a little bit higher, but I mean, you can't demand a player be a point per game player. But I mean, if he gets 12 points in 15 games, I think that's fair.
Can you pull that one up real quick? All right, parody. 2 words.
Yeah.
Parody is spelled like that. It's like a joke, right? It's a funny version of something, right? A parody of a serious thing would be like what SNL does.
Yeah.
Parody, which people like to talk about in the league. Parity.
Are you ripping Eric Berkey for not being able to spell?
I'm putting it out there because I see people put parody the other way. You know what's another one? Complementary. With an I versus an E.
Yeah.
Because with an I, it means free, right?
Yeah.
But with an E, it goes along with something else. I'm actually looking to vamp because I'm waiting to see what the fan reaction is because the Golden Knights are getting announced right now.
But they're not announcing everybody. They're only announcing the starters.
I know, but I want to see when they come to the ice. What's the reaction?
I'm surprised that we didn't hear anything when they skated pregame.
Nothing.
We heard nothing. But the building was there wasn't a lot of people inside during the warm up, so it's always a later arriving crowd.
Traffic tonight was buns.
For you,
it was buns.
I didn't have a problem getting here.
Well, it should be like an hour 10 drive. Usually on the way in was an hour 45.
Well, I think that's all. That's all crap out your way, not down here.
Oh no, it was the blue route. The blue route is what screwed me.
Okay.
It had nothing to do with the traffic up where I am.
Yeah.
As if I'm coming from the Poconos.
Took me 25 minutes.
Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
All right. Konechny's played better of late. One of the guys that's turning a lot of heads and I think is making believers out of original doubters is Emil Andre. Andre was
played a lot better, yeah.
He was a guy who early in the season, remember, got sent back down to the Phantoms. And there were the comments out there about how he admitted he was pissed off and he knew that he had to go down to the Phantoms and really kind of earn his spot back here. He, to me, looks like a guy, even when Risto comes back, somebody's going to have to come out of the lineup. I think he's done enough to solidify himself a job on this team. Do you agree? Do you disagree?
Yeah, no, for now, for sure. He's played really well. And again, this is what I talked about this on the show last night. When you're developing young players, you have to do some really hard self-assessment, right? And you have to determine what a guy needs before he's ready to stay in the NHL. Sometimes a guy needs a chance just to get just to see what it feels like, and then you send him back down. Sometimes a guy comes up, you give him a little bit longer run, and you see, okay, can he handle this, or does the rigors of an NHL season get to him, and you got to send him back down? Whatever the case might be, like everybody's different, and the Flyers really like Emil Andre, and they really liked him coming into the season. Just didn't have a very good training camp, and they didn't want to reward him for having a bad training camp. Came up, played a couple of good games, and then they sent him back down. And again, it was the same thing. They wanted him to want to be here to show he belonged and not want to go back down. And I think since he's come back, he has shown that, and he has shown that he stays. Whereas those games when he first came back up, he was just like, a couple good games, but a couple other things were not the greatest. It was like, and then he went back down. And that's what pissed him off, and they wanted him to be mad. And Talk even saying, he's like, I'm glad he got mad. That's good, because it changed the way he approached the game, and he's been a much better player since. He's had a couple of not great games. I mean, he's not been perfect, but he's been pretty good. And playing on the blue line, and that's what the Flyers were hoping for. So sometimes, and every player is different. How players develop is different. Every guy, and so that's you're never going to get every one of them right, but you try to get as many of them right as you can, as far as when it's time to come up or when it's time to stay up, for that matter, right? Yep.
I thought Bundy was going to be over here with his keys to the game by now. This is very very odd for him.
Yeah, they ran long on the radio, huh?
You know what we could do? We could do our predictions.
Yeah.
And then when he comes over, he can do his key. Oh, there he is. I see him. There's his stud. What soft light through yonder window breaks? It is the east.
And Bundy is the
sun. Number 6 in your program. Number 1 in the hearts of the Snow the Goalie and Press Row audience. Standing in at 6 feet 5 inches tall. Weighing in at 185 pounds.
185.
He is tall. He is svelte. He is Chris Bundy Therien.
He was just giving you a wrestling introduction, Bundy.
I said you were 6'5", 185.
6'5", 185.
Oh, jeez. I want to put another 80 or 90 pounds on
that. When was the last time you were 185?
I was 14.
Hey, Bundy, do you have your keys to the game? We're going to do predictions. I figured we're at that time of the game where it probably makes sense to go out that way.
Keys to the game tonight. Number 1, forecheck. The Flyers did a great job against the Sharks, establishing a solid forecheck. More of the same will be required against a Vegas team that can move the puck with efficiency and precision. Getting pucks in effectively with purpose will help the Flyers turn pucks over and play in the Vegas zone. Number 2, Vegas puck control offense against the Flyers' structured defensive system. Vegas is a skilled team that loves to hang on to the puck and make plays. Guys like Jack Eichel and Mitch Marner spearhead the night's offensive attack. The Flyers must have proper Z-zone coverage and keep things to the perimeter to limit the Vegas attack to the middle of the ice. Lastly, transition game. The Golden Knights are one of the NHL's biggest and heaviest teams, especially on the blue line. It's hard to outgrind Vegas if it's a game. If the game becomes a contest of muscle. However, if an opponent can attack with pace, especially in transition, Vegas is a lot more vulnerable against the rush chances against a speed team.
All right, time for predictions. Intern Andrew, we'll start with you.
I'll take the Golden Knights 4-2.
Wow!
All right, Russell.
I think the Flyers stick it to the Golden Knights tonight. I think Dan Vladar shows you why no one gives an absolute, never-ending Carter Hart, and Dan Vladar goes out. Group season number 1. Flyers win tonight, 4-3.
That's my score, Russell. I have the Flyers 4-3. I think this is a game that's going to go past the 60-minute mark. Both of these teams play a lot of overtime games.
Let's get some OT.
Vegas has 9 overtime losses already.
No. I got the Flyers 4-3, and I think it's going beyond 60 minutes tonight.
Tried to find a trend earlier. I saw something. I think that Vegas was 9-0 after losing their previous game in overtime. How's that for your stat of the night?
That's wild.
So that being said, I'm going with the Flyers tonight, 4-3 in overtime.
Wow, three of us with the same score.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
And then intern Andrew off going rogue.
He's just trying to make up the points, even though he's in first.
Yeah.
Maybe he's trying to give us a little bit of leeway, trying to let us back in. All right, hey, we'll be back. First intermission, second intermission, post game here on the Press Row Show. If you didn't know this, we did an episode of Snow the Goalie Radio at Chickies and Pete's yesterday. You can go find that wherever you get your podcasts as well as on YouTube. If you want to mute the game, we'll listen to that. Not a bad idea. We will be back first intermission, second intermission, post game here on the Press Row Show. Do us a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe. Talk to each and every one of you very, very soon, very shortly. Where's the outro? We gotta go. The tape machines are rolling.
back.
Welcome into the Press Row Show, the number one rated pregame intermission postgame show, the side of the Mississippi, south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, west of Nigeria. Gentlemen, 1-1 game. What a hell of a pat. Can we just have a conversation about the pass from young Travis Sanheim across the face? I mean, incredible. Beautiful diagonal feed. Trevor Zegras, captain, point per game, Trevor Zegras, having himself a little finish there. 1-1. Your score after one.
I was really impressed, Bundy, by the by some of the shifts that they had in the offensive zone.
Yeah, second half of the period.
Yeah, like they really did a nice job on the forecheck there. Really did a nice job of winning puck battles, forcing some turnovers, really keeping the pressure on Vegas. Didn't get a ton of shots, but they worked, and ultimately the goal by Zegras, that goal came at the end of a very good shift. They had a couple others like that as well. That bodes well, right? That's the kind of stuff that you want to have happen, and that's the way Rick Tocchet wants his team to play.
Yeah, they played a good checking style. They really did get after Vegas in Vegas's D zone. They got turned pucks over, had some chances, opportunities. Great play by Sanheim, that cross ice pass to Zegras for the little one-timer in to beat Smith. That was a really, really great play. But they cycled the puck about 45 seconds before that play even happened. And they really are. I mean, Vegas is a big defense, and they're taking advantage of them, really exposing them a little bit for their size and their lack of foot speed in the D zone.
There's an interesting stat about the Flyers, and it was from a couple games ago, so I don't have the updated exact stat. This will not affect intern Andrew's stat of the game, I promise.
Okay.
But the Flyers, top 10 in the league in both puck retrievals when they dump it into the zone, and also when the puck is dumped in against them.
Yeah.
Top 10 in the league in both categories.
Yeah, that's a big stat,
right?
Yeah, that's a big stat.
That was intern stat of the night.
No,
made you look.
No, it was not. So anyway,
I just can't believe the Penn State coach is going to Michigan now.
No, he's not.
Well, I guess that's the best time to bring him on. Intern Andrew is here. Intern, on a scale of 1 to 10, how nervous are you that Penn State could lose their coach to Michigan?
0. He's not going to Michigan. He's not.
Well, it's the better job.
He wouldn't. I don't think he would have left Iowa State if it wasn't Penn State, though.
If the Michigan job had come available,
correct. He said
and they had called Matt Campbell and said, "Hey, fella, you want to come take over this disaster?"
He said that he wanted to be closer to his family, which is why he wanted to go to Penn State, because his family's from Ohio. Both his family and his wife's family's from Ohio. It's not that far.
How far is Michigan from Ohio?
It's not that far.
Okay, just checking.
But
do we need to pull up a U.S. map for the intern?
That's all right.
He's not going to Michigan. It's totally fine.
This sounds like when you're interested in a lady, right? And you're hopeful, right? Maybe you've been friends a little bit. You're trying to get a date, and then you hear that she maybe is going on a date with somebody else, and you go, "Oh no, that wouldn't happen." That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
I don't think he would do that.
What's our stat of the night, pal?
So the Flyers are 7-3 in their last 10 games. So if you go to every other team in the league's record in their last 10, only the Capitals and Stars have a better, more wins, I should say, in their last 10. They both have 8, and Colorado's the only other team that has at least 7. They're 7-1-2 of their last 10. So that Flyers stretch of 10 games, 13 different players have a goal, 18 different players have at least 1 point. And then for Vegas, I teased the Mark Stone stat. So he played the first 6 games for the Golden Knights this year and then had a wrist injury that kept him out for about a month. Came back a couple weeks ago, played in the Golden Knights' last 7 games. So in total, he's played in 13 games for Vegas this year. He has at least a point in all 13 games.
Wow.
So embrace debate here, because I was curious. I looked at the Golden Knights franchise record for consecutive games with a point, and it's Eichel with 12. So it's not recognizing Stone because it wasn't consecutive, I guess, because he missed a bunch of games in between. I think that should still count, though, because it wasn't like he played in a game and then didn't get a point. If you weren't playing in the game at all, I don't think that should end your streak, should it?
It doesn't in baseball.
Right. That was my thought.
Right.
So it doesn't. Right now, it's only recognizing him him as currently on a 7-game point streak, because that's when he came back from the injury. But he hasn't had a game this season that he doesn't have a point.
You make a good point. I mean, but that's the NHL for you. I have no other answer for that other than they're bass backwards sometimes.
I guess so. Yeah.
Really.
That was a good stat. That was a
That
good
was-
double
that
stat.
was
You know
good-
what?
good
We're going to give
stats.
him a roaring round of applause.
Where did you find the soundboard all of a
Oh,
sudden?
please! It's a new thing in StreamYard, and he's like, he's like a kid in a candy store. It's
Torch,
crazy.
Torch is doing the intermissions tonight.
I heard, yeah.
Yeah.
ESPN.
Yeah, it
Is he as lovely as he always is?
Oh, sure he was. Sure he is.
Someone said he got emotional talking about the Flyers.
Oh
He
yeah,
got emotional.
I'm sure he did.
Got emotional about when he quit, you mean?
Yeah.
Not answering your questions.
A lot of people talking about Ty Murchison in the chat, Bundy. He did have a big hit early in the game. Had a couple of decent shifts out there. Like doesn't look like he doesn't belong.
He looks fine. He's just doing his job.
Doing
He
his job.
Bangs the body, moves the puck, gets it around the boards, keeps it in at the D zone. He's been fine.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with him at all.
Yeah, man.
Problem is he's just caught in a numbers game.
Oh, of course. I mean, as soon as Risto's ready, he's going to go right down.
And
So-
York, yeah.
Yeah, or York for that matter too, right? But it depends on who's ready first.
Right.
It's going to be close.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, right? So yeah, for sure. But I mean, yeah, he's played pretty well. Other than that, Flyers did a nice job of really limiting chances. I know the one goal is a really nice play by the Golden Knights. You can nitpick about a couple of small things on the Flyers side there, but it was just a really well executed play.
Yeah.
By the Golden Knights on that goal. But other than that, didn't have a lot of chances, didn't have a lot of opportunities in the Flyers. And I think the Flyers did a nice job really playing in the Vegas end more often than not.
Yeah, they had a good first period, the Flyers. Took them a little while to get going, as it usually does in the first period. But once they got going, they really kept Vegas on their heels. They had them playing in their own zone. And that's the way to do it. That's what you got to do against that big defense back there, is keep them trying to having to plow their way in the D zone. And the Flyers did a good job, really good. They look fast tonight, and they're precise right now, the Flyers.
Bundy, one of the things we talked about last night on So the Goalie Radio at Chickies and Pete's, which you can go find wherever you get your podcast. We're talking about Emile Andre and about Jamie Drysdale and just about the way that those guys have been playing so far this season. And when you talk about pace of play, obviously having a couple of guys that are able to connect all the zones, right, and to get the puck out and get it into the O zone, it's pretty important. What have you seen so far out of Emile Andre?
Solid first period again.
Do you think at this point he's kind of like locked up a spot, even when Risto comes back, that he's got to be an every night kind of guy?
Yeah, I think the two guys that'll come out are probably going to be Juleson and Murchison.
Yeah.
For the other two guys when they come back in, yeah.
Yep. For sure. And that's okay. Bundy, I want to ask you this, because this is, and I was going to save this for next Wednesday, but the hell with it, I'll do it now. There is a real disconnect. This is Ant versus Flyers Twitter. Do you want to play it? Okay.
Is it time?
Go ahead, play.
Is it time?
This is a Snow the Goalie showdown. Anthony SanFilippo versus Flyers Twitter. Get ready. Fight.
So the Flyers,
Yeah, that's pretty. That's
it is
so-
great. I love
that's
it.
so good.
It's
Good job,
so
Bobby.
good.
Nice job.
The Flyers, Rick Tocchet basically put Matvei Michkov on the left wing several weeks ago now, right? Ever since he got moved to left wing, he's scoring more.
Right.
It's been more productive. Now, he's not been great. It's not like all of a sudden he's unlocked something here with Michkov, and now he's breaking out. He's going to be a 35-goal scorer all of a sudden. It's not that. But he's certainly been more productive on the left side than he was on the right side, right?
No doubt. Yeah.
Okay. Flyers Twitter thinks that Rick Tocchet is stunting Matvei Michkov by playing him on the left because he's more comfortable on his off wing on the right-hand side.
Can you remind me why we care about Flyers Twitter at all? Like, I don't care what any of these people have to say. Nothing. Like, it doesn't matter. I played the game for a long time. I've watched thousands of games myself. Why do I care what Flyers Twitter has to say about the development of any player?
I love it, Bundy. I love it. I love that you have the juice that I have tonight because they're nuts, right? Michkov has played better on the left side. You cannot deny it watching him play. And I think that there's a little bit of a anything that involves Michkov, everybody gets in an uproar. Just relax, people. Just relax. They're figuring it out. They're trying to manage through a season that he was behind in, right? They're already talking about how things are going to be different for him next offseason. These conversations are happening now in December for stuff that's going to happen in June, July, and August of 2026, okay? They're already discussing that. Let them figure out what's best for him, and he's been better in that regard. This doesn't mean he will never go back to the right wing, right? But right now, the way he's skating, he's a better player for the team and helps the team win, and he's more productive playing on the left.
I wonder
wing.
if that's why he's playing with Coots, too, because Coots isn't a fleet of feet.
Right.
And neither is Mishkov. Like, I'm not convinced his skating's ever going to get any better.
Mishkov's.
I mean, usually your skating is what it is, and there's not a whole lot you can do after a certain age to improve your skating.
Right.
Either you're born with great skating ability or you're not. But I find like he's been up with the play a little bit more. Like I think that they've made good plays. But I don't know how you're trying to get 18 or 19 minutes out of the kid. I just don't see that happening with this team. Not the way they're playing.
No, I think that they're doing right by him right now. Because
I
if
agree.
he was back on the right side, he'd look really bad with as behind as he is in his skating. Like he would look really bad on that side. Just really would. Again, doesn't say that he's never going to go back there. Could be back on the right side next season, maybe even later this season if he dries up on the left side. But right now, he's playing really better on the left side, like much better than he was on the right. So why change it? Why argue that it's stunning him? It's not. It's been productive. So that's
Can you
that's
pull up
Ant
that
versus
Air
Flyers
Raider?
Twitter.
Can you do the one above it? The Air Raiders one?
Amadeo already refuted that.
Yeah, Air Raiders said, can you look down at the next period and see what the security situation is around the Vegas bench? ESPN reported that both teams agreed to there's no increased security.
There's not.
No.
The hell's it? There's no increased security.
No.
Who said that?
ESPN.
Well, this guy says ESPN said it.
Well, I don't think Air Raiders would lie to us.
Well, he may not. I mean,
Or she.
maybe
You
they
never
did
know.
say something,
You
but
can't
I have not seen.
assume, Anthony.
I have not seen an elevated security situation.
No,
here tonight.
I've never heard of it. I haven't heard of it today coming in.
Well, we had it today. What was it? Remember when we had the police up here? Was
last year.
Yeah, but that was for something. Was that? I forget what that was. Was that? Oh, that was that Cutter.
No, it was the Gauthier game.
It was the Cutter
the
Gauthier
Ducks.
game.
Gauthier
There
game?
were police up here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
real.
Yeah,
Outside.
remember they told us that?
Yeah.
But we weren't supposed to say anything?
At the time. Yeah,
Yeah.
we weren't allowed to say it at the time, right? Yeah. No, I did not see, but I did not see an elevated presence for tonight.
I've yet to see anybody say, like, remember I said pregame?
Apparently Emily Kaplan reported it on ESPN.
Well, that's great. Let me report something.
It's like Dickie Dunn from Slapshot. If he said it, it must be true.
You just compared Emily Kaplan to Dickie Dunn.
Dickie Dunn.
Dickie Dunn, that's right. Oh, that's fantastic.
You could have just said that Emily Kaplan's report was just totally full of.
I mean, it's not. I can't say that it's. I mean, maybe there is an elevated security, and we just don't know about it. Like we don't see it.
There's not.
But it's just not here. It's not present.
Where is the security?
I mean, is somebody going to jump him from the stands? What?
Yeah, I mean,
is somebody going to tackle
Is
him?
somebody going to throw something over the glass and try to whack him?
What are you going to do? You're going to have another 2 security guards standing in the hallway right there? Like, give me a break.
We've yet to see anything, hear anything. I even said to you pregame, man, I could see a scenario where like somebody starts a chant, somebody like really starts to berate Hart on the bench, right?
Nothing.
I
Nothing
haven't
so
seen
far.
it. I mean, maybe something's going around Twitter and I missed it, but like I've yet to see anything.
No.
Now, we did say no video tribute expected. We did say we probably expected the arena crew to not take video of Hart or put him on the Jumbotron. He wasn't part of the lineup or the intros. So really, there hasn't been that fuse lighting in the arena.
I'm going to ask Bundy this because, as you know how it is, Bundy. Are you surprised that he didn't play tonight? Because when a guy plays against his former team or is playing in his hometown, money goes up on the board, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's for like a team dinner later in the year kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Like, are you surprised at that was the case in this one?
We've played the last 3, right, prior to this one?
2, I think it was.
So, so they said they wanted to get Schmidt back in the game tonight. But everybody was thinking that he wouldn't play. I actually thought there was a chance he might.
Right.
Maybe just an outside chance that he would, but they didn't make him available to talk to anybody. They're clearly shielding him on this trip.
Yeah, for sure. So, but anyway.
Okay.
You got nothing else?
What would you like to talk about? I'll give you something.
Go ahead.
Bundy, when we went over your 3 keys to the game, what did you think the most important of the 3 was?
Probably the forecheck.
Yeah.
I had my number 1, I think.
And so, we did this the other night on Postgame, where we went back over your keys and proved that you were once again Bundy dominant. Bundy, we need to come up with like a Nostradamus of Bundy. Bundy Damus doesn't really want Bundy Damus. Now, it almost sounds like Jeffrey Dahmer.
Nostra Bundy?
Nostra Bundy might be okay. Yeah. Anyway, Bundy.
Nostra Bundus?
Nostra Bundus, the Bundus among us. Anyway, so Bundy, how do you think the Flyers forecheck looked in the first?
Say that again, Russ?
How do you think the Flyers forecheck looked in the first?
Great. Second half of the period. They got on Vegas. They turned pucks over. They were fast. They made plays in the offensive zone. Really good. Really good. Better than I actually anticipated.
They're going to have about, is it a minute 40?
Something like that. Yeah.
Minute 44 on the power play to start the period.
Yep.
The other night, they had a similar situation. A power play coming into the start of a period they failed to convert. I think it was against Colorado, I believe. And then we said that had the chance to flip the game on its head. In this case, you're starting the second period. You have this power play. Is it vital to the Flyers to get this goal, to get that lead on the power play?
It would be a great thing to get an early second period goal to take the lead. Vital? I mean, not vital, but it would be nice to get that goal. I mean, I think that's probably good opportunity here. It's funny. When teams come back, everyone says, you get a clean sheet of ice to start the power play. Most of the time, that clean sheet of ice has nothing to do with your team scoring. It's really weird. You always think, that's what you always say, clean sheet of ice, we got the power play to start the period. And most of the time on the clean sheet of ice, no matter who the team is, it doesn't work out. Most of the time.
Yeah.
All right, we will be back second intermission and post-game here on the Press Row Show. Do us a favor if you've done this already. Like the video, share the video, subscribe, and don't forget, you can find this show and Snow the Goalie Radio over on the Snow the Goalie podcast feed, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts. We'll talk to all of you in the second intermission. Let's see if the Fly guys can get on the board here, take a lead. We'll talk to all of you second intermission here on the Press Row Show. Welcome into the Press Row Show, the number one rated pregame intermission postgame show at the side of the Mississippi, south of the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, and west of Nigeria. Well, gents, came into the period tied up, ended the second period tied up. This time, 2-2. A goal apiece in that period. Dan Vladar probably wishes he had back the initial shot that turned into a rebound that then kind of trickled out.
That needs to be
net.
a little bit more sticky, right, Bundy? That first shot.
A little bit, yeah. It fell off his glove, but I mean, I'll tell you what, he made 2 saves on the Eichel sequence that were just unbelievable saves.
Yeah.
And
Kicked
then,
the pad out twice.
Yeah.
Really good goaltending. Really, really good.
And then down at this end of the ice, Noah Juleson. How about that little ripper?
It was a nice play by Dvorak, right, to set it all up. But, yeah, I mean, I thought, Juleson turned around and the puck was already on its way to him. It was like a quarterback leading a receiver. And to get a one-timer off in that situation, Bundy, that's not easy to do.
No, and it was kind of a rolling puck, too.
Yeah.
He was able to somehow get it off flat, and he hammered that thing past Schmidt, rather. It's a hell of a goal.
Yeah, the Flyers needed that because I thought it was an even period, and then they give up the Stone goal, and it's like, man, they're going to come out of this period down a goal, and it was a pretty even period on the whole. And then so to get that goal there, I think that was a big moment for the Flyers to go into the third period
and
tied at 2.
Shots on goal are tied again too at 14 apiece.
Yeah, so 9 each that period.
Yeah, 9 each.
So a little bit more action that period at the net than the first period, but really it's been a very evenly played game so far between these two teams. I think as we all kind of expected, well, except for intern Andrew, but the three of us expected a really evenly played game here.
Yep.
Right? And that's what we got so far. But which makes me think of that, Russ, where, 4-3 Flyers is very much in play right now.
It is.
If that were to happen,
Yes,
2 points for each of us and nothing for Andrew. That would be a big swing
that would be.
for Mr. First Place over there.
Yeah, I mean, entering tonight's game, intern is in the lead with the predictions at 21 points and is at 20. I'm at 19. Buddy's at 16. So a perfect score for you and I would put you into first place at 22. And it would tie me with intern Andrew in second. Not the worst thing in the world.
I question that. I think I have more points than what you've given me. I do.
Big news.
Bundy, I don't trust Russ with the scorekeeping.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
In the past,
6, 7,
I've gone
8,
back and
9,
found
10,
like mistakes.
11, 12, 13, 14,
Yeah.
15, 16. You have 16 points.
Yeah, but in the past I've found mistakes by you. But
Well, go ahead and go. You know what? You go through this spreadsheet. You find your mistakes.
I'll look. I'll take a peek
He
at
has
some point.
16 points.
Yeah.
I can't do anything about
I'll
it.
wait till the Olympic break when I have time.
He's a very busy guy, this Anthony SanFilippo. I'll tell you, somebody who's equally as busy.
Yeah, we need Allison, by the way, to give us the update on
She-
what the fans are doing.
She did.
Oh, she sent it in?
She gave us an update last week.
She gave it to me, and I forgot to read it in the third period last week or before I went away. So I'm glad she gave it to you guys last week. But go
She's
ahead.
fantastic.
Yeah, she's awesome.
Well, now you messed up my segue, so now we got to riff a little bit, and then I'll come back to a better segue in a minute.
It's all about you, isn't it?
No, it's just about the segue. So you have to set things up the right way.
Yeah, but it's all about
You got to set things up
It's
like,
all about
like
you
Travis
doing a
Sanheim
good
set up,
segue.
a nice little Zegers pass in the first period.
It's time for trivia time, isn't it? With intern Andrew.
That's a great question. I'll tell you who's got a great question, too. None other than intern Andrew. Gentlemen, hey, Bundy, we're back to a trio, no longer a duet. Get that instrument ready.
Here we go.
Intern Andrew.
Thanks,
Trivia
guys.
time.
That's pretty good, actually.
That was really good. Maybe your best yet.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah, it was. It was very good. Like it was like a real three-piece orchestra there because Bundy started it. I joined, then Russ. I dropped out. Russ dropped out, and Bundy closed it up. It was a nice little,
It was well done.
nice
well
flow there.
executed.
Thing of beauty.
It was well
Thing of
done.
beauty.
Yeah,
Stick taps for our playing. Good job, guys.
yeah.
My mom liked it. There you go.
Thanks, Deirdre.
Just one clapping emoji, though.
did. All right, intern.
Okay, so in April of 2017, the hockey gods were smiling down upon this franchise as if from out of nowhere, awarding the Flyers the number 2 overall picks in the 2017 draft, where they selected Flyers legend Nolan Patrick. Played just over 200 games here in Philadelphia. Ultimately, not exactly who we wanted him to be. A lot of concussion issues in his history. Career ended a little bit shorter than I think we all would have expected. Played the last 25 games of his career with the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah.
Didn't play a whole lot there. However, he did not go directly from Philadelphia to Vegas. In between, he was traded to the Predators in exchange for even bigger Flyers legend, Ryan Ellis. So who was the other Flyer that went with Patrick to the Predators?
It wasn't one of the
I don't know this one.
Nikave Kubel got sent to Colorado.
No, it wasn't Kubel.
It wasn't one of the Vorobiev or Rubtsovs, was it?
No. Yes.
I'm trying to think of the Flyers. Defenseman or forward?
Defenseman.
It wasn't Mark Friedman. He went to the Penguins.
Pittsburgh.
You know what? Who's the guy in Toronto now?
Yeah,
Phil Myers.
Phil Myers.
that is correct.
Philippe Myers, that's right.
Yeah, you know what? Because I remember he was in Nashville. I remember he went there for a short stint. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Good call, Bundy.
Up and down in the AHL and NHL.
Yeah.
Back and forth his whole
He's
career.
such a
yeah.
weird
I think he's on the
story.
Marlies now.
Is he with? He was up with Toronto when he played here that night.
What? Oh, was he? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe he is now.
He was such a weird story, Bundy, because he was such a big body, and it seemed like it was back in the Hextall days was when he was drafted, right?
Well, he had that great season where he was like on the top pair in the playoffs.
Yeah, he scored an overtime winner
The
Yeah.
Islanders. That was game 2 against the Islanders.
Yeah.
and there was a belief that he
with
had
nobody in the stands.
Yeah.
there was a belief that he had a real high offensive upside, and that was like another thing to kind of add to his checklist. But
And then the next season he was exposed big time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, he was an interesting cat. That kid. It was good on him that he's still bouncing around, right?
Yeah.
I mean, 5 years later.
Just shows you how many jobs there are, though. You know,
Yeah.
guy's still kicking around.
Yeah, for sure.
hey, Bundy,
Did he play in Tampa too?
Did he play in Tampa? He
went-
might have been.
I thought
Yeah.
he went. Yeah,
He went to Tampa too, right? Andrew?
I think he went to Tampa after Nashville,
Yes,
didn't he?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
He did.
Nashville to Tampa.
Played
to-
11 plus 16 games with the Lightning.
Wow.
Bundy, how hard is it on a guy? I mean, you didn't find yourself in this place, but a guy who gets a look, there's some hope and some promise at the NHL level, then he has to kind of come to grips with the fact that, like, whichever team he ends up on doesn't maybe believe that he's an NHL guy. You go to the A, then you get another short look at the NHL level, then you maybe go back to the A. You're kind of bouncing around organizations. What does that do to a guy mentally? Like, is it really just a kind of war of attrition within your own mind that, like, I know I can be that NHL guy, and you keep kind of hanging on to that? Like,
I used to keep seeing guys when I played that would get called up once in a blue moon, and you knew that they were never going to stay here. Like Mark Gregg was the best example I could give you.
Yeah.
Serviceable NHL player when you get called up, but at that time in that league, he was a career minor leaguer. You know, and
Peter White.
Peter White was another one. He played with the Flyers. We played with us in that 2000 team.
I know, yeah.
And he was a smart player, but a great, like Bob Clark referred to Peter White as the best player the American League ever had.
Very well could have been.
Could have been, yeah.
Yeah,
Very well, yeah.
But that's that kind of player.
That was the kind of player that you get called up. Well, he stayed up here in Philadelphia for a little bit, but he was mostly a career minor league guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
this is actually a good question here
yeah.
from
He is
from-
at the NHL level. He's a healthy scratch tonight for the Maple Leafs.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rob Dog 881 asks, how many former Flyers have made their way to Vegas? Hart, Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
I looked it up
and
today.
Nolan
It's
Patrick.
8.
It's 8.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
You have the list?
I can get it. I know one off the top of my head because I thought maybe if you got Phil Myers too quickly, I had a backup question prepared.
Okay.
Well, what do you want to use that to?
If you want it,
Yeah, that
he
could
was
be
a
fun.
6th-round pick by the Flyers in 2016. Played college hockey in the Big Ten when I was at Penn State, so I saw him in person.
And what is the question?
He was a Flyers player that went to the Golden Knights.
Oh, okay.
So he was on the United States World Junior team that won in 2017, but he was mostly with the Phantoms. I think he only played like 30 games here and played 8 games with Vegas last year, scored 1 goal. He's on the Golden Knights AHL team right now.
And he was a 6th round pick in
Yes.
2016? In the meantime, go see if you can find that list. 6th round pick. So it would have been a Hextall pick, right? 2016. That's Hextall. 6th round guy.
I don't know. I see some names up. I'm trying not to look, but I won't blurt them out. I don't know if any
Played
of those
at
are
Ohio State, if that means anything to you, Anthony.
Was that Connor Bunneman?
No.
Allison?
No.
No. Didn't Wade Allison go to Vegas too?
No.
No.
What position did this guy play?
He was a forward.
Give us the initials.
TL?
Taylor Lear?
No.
TL.
Let's see if someone. Yeah, a couple guys have gotten in the chat.
Oh, I see it.
I'm not looking.
I'm not looking anymore. No, I haven't peeked at all.
That's a. I don't know if you get that.
Big pull, deep pull.
No.
I only know him because he played at Ohio State, so I saw him.
You know what? I know who it is. He's got a weird name.
Yeah.
I can't remember how to say
Lachinsky?
it.
Yeah.
Tanner
Lachinsky,
yeah.
So the full list, the most obvious one is Pierre-Edouard Bellemare.
Yeah.
Because he
That was
was
the expansion draft, yeah.
Yes. After that, Patrick Brown, Nick Cousins played 7 games for the Golden Knights.
Did he really?
Yeah. Well,
Robert Haig played 2 games for the Golden Knights.
Robert Haig. Wow.
There's Lazinski, Nolan Patrick, Lucas Pisa.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
number 8.
Pisa?
Yeah, he was on the first Vegas team.
He's out of the
Lucas
league
Pisa.
now too.
He
isn't
was, wasn't he? I think he was part
Lucas
of their
Pisa from the
He was part of their
Pronger
expansion
trade?
draft,
Yeah.
right? He was Vegas.
Pronger trade Lucas Pisa played
I
for
think
Golden.
Vegas
Wow.
pulled him from Anaheim in
No
the
idea.
expansion draft. Yeah.
And then the last one is obviously right now is Carter Hart. So that's 8.
Wow.
Wow.
See, you know what? I think that tonight, intern Andrew brought us 2 very good questions. That was great trivia
The
time.
Lazinski one is very, very niche.
That is.
I didn't know how easy the Phil Myers question was going to be.
No, they were both good.
Okay.
Both good questions.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Just
Good
wait
job,
till
Andrew.
just wait till he starts putting his own drops in there. Then we're in real trouble.
What kind of drops do you think would go in there?
I have no idea. The fact that you've already figured out a way to bleep cursing is like
There's going to be a lot of Jim Ross.
A lot of
Thank you.
nice.
This game's got overtime written all over it.
We all picked it.
Yeah.
We all picked overtime for this game, except
Yeah.
for Andrew.
I said 4-2. Which
Yeah.
very possible still.
Still
could
possible.
happen,
Yeah.
Go ahead goal and then an empty netter. Could happen.
Yep. We'll see. I gotta say, this is one of the very rare times where, like, sometimes I'm fine with overtime because I like messing with Bundy, right? Because we all kind of have a general time frame that we're happy to get out of the arena,
Yeah.
and so every time we get very close to the end of regulation and it's still tied, I cheer for overtime, and then I look at Bundy and I go, "Hey, Bundy, how about a 12-round shootout?" But tonight, I actually do think that it's in the best interest of the panel and safety. Because Ant here, Mr. Worldwide, you do look a little bit sleepy.
Yeah. And that's the thing. And that's my luck, right? My luck is I've had this really long day, right? My alarm went off at 4:45 a.m. in Orlando this morning. And my luck would be a long-ass shootout in this game tonight. That would be my luck.
Yeah, and it might happen.
100%.
Be
100%.
quick post game tonight, and we'll get you out of here, buddy.
Thanks. I appreciate that. So those people, they walk by, they wave to me every time they're here. They're season ticket holders. Their sons played baseball with my son. And
really?
I haven't talked to them in years because the only place I ever see them is here, and they always walk by while we're on the air. They're never here when we're off air.
Okay.
So I wave to them. I say hi, but I haven't spoken to them in years. It's the weirdest thing.
Interesting.
Right? I mean, that's I can imagine that, right? People but you haven't spoken to, but you see them frequently. And it's just a wave.
Maybe they know that you'll talk their ear off.
They're good people.
I believe it.
Good people.
They could be.
Good Springfield people.
Springfield.
By the way, Snow the Goalie next week back in Delco.
That's 2 right by your door. I haven't
Bundy,
had one near mine yet.
Bundy, I think we need to have a.
Why haven't we had a Marlton yet?
The one Marlton one was scheduled. It was on a Wednesday night when we had a home game, so they moved it. It got flipped. It's coming up. It was supposed to be the December 3rd game when we were at home.
Don't think that
We may have to
noticed.
reschedule that
Bundy,
23rd one.
Bundy,
though. It's,
Bundy, agree with me here. Ant needs to realize we're on to him.
I did not
any
make the
close to
schedule.
you. I've had one that was close to me. It was the first one of the season.
I don't make the schedule.
And the rest of them have all been like an hour and a half drives. And then Anthony gets on and goes,
Well, guys, I just rolled out of bed and I walked right on over here.
Chickens and
we're
Pete's,
on to
Drexel
you.
Hill next Wednesday.
We're on
I
to
think
you.
that's the last one at Drexel Hill till March. So there you go.
Come on out. Have some crab fries. Get the Bundy. I actually want to see them.
That's a good setup
I want to
there.
see
I
them.
like that
I want to
setup.
see them add the Bundy to the menu.
They should.
I think
They
we-
should.
Make it size it down though a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Like
We got to talk to
like
Pete.
a little tasting menu.
We got to talk to Pete. He was at the one we were in South Philly a couple weeks ago.
All right, Bundy, hear
We'll
me out.
ask him about it.
Six cold shrimp, a cup of clam chowder,
And a smaller pizza.
And a smaller pizza.
Yeah.
The Bundy.
There you go. That's easy.
We got to pitch it to somebody.
But Pete always likes to have some kind of like crab name attached to it. So we call it the Krabby Bundy.
Yeah, the Krabby Bundy.
I like it.
All right, you know what else I like? Some good hockey. And gents, we've gotten 40 minutes of pretty darn good hockey, all things considered.
Yeah.
Looking forward to another 25 plus and a 12-round shootout. We'll be back post-game, whenever that is. End of regulation, end of overtime, end of a shootout. Your guess is as good as ours. We'll be back here on the Press Row Show. Do us a favor, like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And we will talk to each and every one of you when this game is over. Welcome into the Press Row Show, the number one rated pregame, intermission, and postgame show this side of the Mississippi, south the Arctic Circle, north of the equator, west of Nigeria. What the hell was Travis Konechny doing?
Yeah, it's overhandling the puck, trying to do too much with it in a situation where you have a lot of space on the ice, and you got to space it out with the players. You can't try to beat a guy one-on-one in that situation. I got to be honest with you, that play by Eichel at the end was just unbelievable. What a pass that was. That's crazy.
Even better, Bundy, before the pass is creating just a little bit of space for himself.
Little time,
He made a little move to kind of shake the defenseman and gives himself the space to make that pass to Mark Stone for the goal. It was a hell of a play by Eichel. You can't turn the puck over there. You just can't. I mean, 3-on-3 overtime is all about possession. It's all it is. It's lacrosse. It's all about possession. And so you can't really take chances in 3-on-3.
You can literally hang on to the puck, 3 guys.
Yeah.
If you use the whole ice, you could actually never give it away if you wanted.
Correct.
In 3-on-3.
Correct.
Without taking a chance on the goal.
Right. And so it's all about possession and not about trying to make something happen. And so that's where the mistake is there, and that's where it comes back and it burns you.
The overtime, I don't think did Mishkov even have a shift in the overtime? I don't think he did.
He did. Which is what, and everybody's going to go nuts now because no TK accountability. Mishkov gets benched. That's why this coach sucks. All right, yeah, we all hear you. Good, great. Stupid. Beyond stupid, but that's beside the point.
It is stupid that Matvei Mishkov didn't see the icing overtime. You're right.
They were saving him for the shootout.
He would have been in the shootout. There's no question he would have been in the shootout.
For sure. Tough loss. That's a tough loss.
If you can't skate, you can't play 3-on-3. Sorry.
It's true. I mean, there's no other way to put it. It's you got to have your best skaters on the ice in 3-on-3.
Yeah, it's just it. And look, your best skaters may make mistakes, and that happened tonight. Happened. Can't have that mistake. But I don't.
In the hierarchy of mistakes, like that was a pretty freaking bad mistake.
No, it wasn't.
Konechny going for a little skate.
No. In the hierarchy of mistakes, it's not that high. Why? Because you played a team from the Western Conference, right?
I'm talking about the play in the moment.
Well, no, but
he goes out for a skate in his own end.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he's the most gifted stick handler.
Who's that?
Konechny.
It was a bad play.
A bad play.
But let's not overblow it. Is what I'm trying to say.
It's like a boneheaded play.
It was unfortunate to say the least.
Yeah. No, it was a bad play. I'm not absolving him. But I
think it's like what it's
hyperbolic to say it was this awful worst thing you've ever seen kind of thing. Like it's just not.
Pretty bad. I mean, like if it's a turnover in your own end, like in front of your net, a pass gets intercepted. All right, that sucks. Maybe it's understandable.
Yeah.
But like when it's just you, I don't know. I don't understand. Anyway, this game was a potentially winnable one.
Yeah.
The Flyers played this. I mean, dead even. We were kind of gawking at the scoreboard because at the end of regulation, the Flyers and the Golden Knights had the same number of shots each period.
Yeah, it was. I've never seen that before.
9-5-9?
5-9-5. 5-9-5. I'd never seen that before.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Now, I don't know. Maybe it's just who I am now, but I'm trying to find the positive. Positive is Vegas is a good team, really good team, Western Conference team. You played them pretty heads up, and I would say that you line these teams up player for player, and you would certainly favor the Golden Knights. So,
yeah, I mean, look,
it's not a bad result. You get a point out of it.
You played both Colorado and Vegas this week, and you lost 2 1-goal games, and you got a point out of it. Like that's not terrible. It really isn't. With the win in between with San Jose. Now, that said, you go into a back-to-back with Carolina this weekend.
Not great.
Yeah, no, you gotta win. You gotta win one of those two, right? Bundy, you gotta win one of the two against Carolina. You can't lose both of them.
Carolina tied that up against Washington, so that's good. So they got a point at least. They were down 2-1 late in the third.
Yeah,
and I didn't want them to lose because they, his team, good team coming off a loss.
Right. And they still may lose, but I mean it. But that makes this weekend popping balloons in front of us. Jeez.
Yeah. He's so cool.
Yeah, that makes this weekend a little bit tougher because you lose tonight. If you win this game tonight, you probably have a little bit more of a cushion in the weekend. But now you give. I mean, you still get a point, which is not the worst thing in the world. But yeah, now it makes it a little bit tougher this weekend.
It does. That's a tough back-to-back.
I was looking at Balloon Guy. I thought he almost got popped in the mouth. He went to go pop another one in the bigger dude's ear. I actually would love to see that.
Did the enhanced security do anything about it?
Yeah, this Emily Kaplan report about there being enhanced security.
Oh, Dickie Dunn?
Look, I don't know. I didn't see the report, so I can't. I'm not going to.
A bunch of people sent.
I'm not going to criticize the specific report or the specific reporter, having not seen exactly word for word what the report was. But I checked in, and tonight was normal NHL security, normal for an NHL game. There was no additional security tonight, so I don't know where that report came from.
Pulled out of thin air.
Out of thin air. That's what I was going to say.
Well, the thing that bothers me about it, right, is because
it's just like fitting into the stupid narrative.
Yes, it's a national game.
Fans once again couldn't.
Right, it's a
couldn't handle the fact that there was a former player in town. So this place is the same place that booed Santa Claus.
It's a national game.
This place booed Santa Claus. They threw batteries at JD Drew.
Yeah, it's a national game, and they're trying to make Philadelphia look bad
on another person
for no reason. Like nothing happened.
No,
there wasn't
nothing was going to happen.
But I'm saying there was no. When I say nothing happened, there was not even a.
There were no chants. There was no boo.
There was nothing.
This actually did kind of play in the favor of what Vegas, I think, was hoping to get out of not making Hart available to the media. They essentially came in here and ran a covert op, right? Hart didn't have to talk to anybody. There's no sound clips to take advantage of. Just hold on. There are no sound clips to run with. He's not going to be available after this game. They're going to be out of town, and it's gone. And that's it. The fans didn't do a thing. There was no bleep you card.
I wonder if
there's no real booing, nothing.
I wonder if that report came out of the Vegas side.
About the enhanced security?
Yeah.
Who knows?
It's crazy. Stupid. Anyway.
It doesn't add up. It doesn't make a lot of sense. That's all.
I'll tell you what, guys. That's the kind of report that stays with a team, stays with a city. For Emily Kaplan to go on national TV and to say that, that's the kind of thing that stays with a city. Unacceptable.
Thanks, Torts.
Unacceptable.
Anyway. I think that when you look at this team, first of all, the power plays that they had there at the end, Bundy.
Yeah.
Not good.
Not good. No, power plays did not generate anything for the team. The team had a chance to win it with 4 minutes left on the power play. They had nothing going on that power play.
And I'll tell you, if you want some criticism, I didn't understand the unit that was out there. And they were out there for almost the entire 2 minutes.
Didn't they have Cates' group out there?
It was Cates, Konechny, Zegras, Brink, and Drysdale.
Drysdale, yeah.
Like I don't for almost 2 full minutes. Like I'm not saying you shouldn't have Zegras. Of course, Zegras should be out there, right? And I don't mind Drysdale being the point shot. That's totally fine too. Whatever. And Konechny should be on there somewhere. Okay, but I'm not like you need a game-winning goal, and you got Noah Cates and Bobby Brink out there on a power play.
Yeah,
doesn't just register for me. I didn't. That was a bad grouping, a bad unit. Their power plays tonight were not very good. The Flyers. I don't think they had a lot of good setup time. Vegas cleared a lot of the pucks. It was not a good night for the power play at all because it had a chance to win you the game late. Yeah, on that elbowing call, and you didn't even manufacture really much at all. And there was a power play earlier, and I'm trying to remember if it was earlier in the third period, if it was late in the second period. It was, but somewhere in there, because that was the one I said this was a disaster of a power play. That was that late second period, right?
Yep.
Like that was just they couldn't even get a shot on that one. Like you couldn't even get set up. So I don't know. I think that I know they keep having these power play meetings and they keep trying new things, and I give them credit for trying something new. Like, hey, let's try this, let's try that, but it just doesn't work, man. It's just like the power play is still a problem. No one's been able to fix it.
Yeah, it's true.
So
It's true. It's dipped down since the beginning of the year when it had good numbers. It's sliding down now.
yeah,
Eric Berkey asks, did Owen Tippett play tonight?
I thought Owen Tippett had a pretty good game.
I didn't notice him a lot.
I thought he had some effort out there. I thought there were a few shifts where he had some really good jump. He made a couple of those long shifts we were talking about, Bundy. He was on the ice for some of those and creating turnovers, and they didn't score on them, right? They didn't score a goal, but there were some really good offensive shifts, especially ones down in this end. I saw there was a couple down here. He had that one where he fed Mishkov in front. Mishkov had a shot that save was made. I thought he was okay tonight.
Okay.
I thought Owen Tippett was fine.
I'm not saying he played bad. I just saying I didn't notice him a lot.
Yeah. So.
What else you got, Russ?
Ty Murchison had a good game.
Yeah, played good. I liked it. I liked his game again tonight. That's 2 for 2. 2 good games
There
for him.
might be a player there.
Yeah, it'll take some time because he's stuck in a numbers game. But he played well. I was very impressed with him tonight.
Grunstrom also had an assist in this game. He's giving you a little something there.
He shouldn't come out of the lineup. Grunstrom.
Yeah.
He shouldn't. He should stay on the fourth line permanently.
Well, yeah, but they moved him onto the third line in the third period.
They moved him up, yeah.
Yeah, he replaced Grabenkin on the third line in the third period. He's an NHL player.
He is. He's a good pickup. Yeah, he's a nice player. He plays the game really well. He's got some energy. He's got a good stick. Makes good plays on the boards.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm surprised that he didn't get a run a little bit sooner.
Yeah.
I mean, like the fourth line has been a problem for a bit for this team. This isn't something that's just come up, right? I know Tocchet had the big meltdown about it, with last week or earlier, and whenever that was, earlier this week. But it's been an issue for at least a month. When did I write that story about the fourth line? About a month ago. That they need to make some changes there.
Yeah, something like that. Tocchet read it. He says he doesn't read these things. He says he doesn't listen to these things. We know. Anything else?
No. I'm going to let everybody wallow in their own misery.
You need to take a nap.
I'm tired. I'm cranky.
You're cranky.
I am. I'm very tired.
You're very cranky.
I am cranky. It just drives me nuts. It drives me nuts.
I think Mishkov should play overtime. Yeah, I think he has 3 overtime winners, I think, in his career at this point.
Yeah, because he played every overtime last year, right? But he was in much better shape last year.
That's fair.
So
I think you have to figure out a way to have him at least get a shift in the overtime.
And he may have. So the thing that they've done, if you may have noticed this the last few times in overtime, is they do give him that shift, but it's usually at the end of the overtime.
Yeah.
They do give him one. And I wouldn't have been surprised if he would have gotten one right after on this next possession. See you, Mike. I wouldn't have been surprised if he got out there at the end of it, at the end there. They usually give him one shift in overtime.
Strategically, it's not the worst thing in the world. I guess I understand trying to mitigate his skate.
The whole season is about mitigating that, Russ, for him.
But this is one of those times where you go, all right, did you leave it all on the table? Do you leave it all on the ice? And it's like, all right, well, one of your very best players who can't skate, but one of your very best players didn't see the ice in the overtime. It's a little bit frustrating.
Yeah.
I think people are allowed to be frustrated.
Well, let him be angry.
We'll see.
Let him be angry.
Here's the real question that, I guess will have to be answered. He's kind of highlighting that February break for the Olympics.
Well, you would hope.
What is he going to be able to do in that time? So, like Bundy, if he is aware that he needs to work on his conditioning, but especially working on his skating, like you said it yourself, there's only so much improvement that you can do to your skating. He just turned 21. I wouldn't say that like all hope is lost for him on that front, but like him looking at February as the thing to like work on conditioning and such, like it's not going to fundamentally change his ability to skate as well, is he? Over a 2-week period in February, like it's not going to change.
No.
His conditioning will get better.
Well, if he stays and he bag skates himself for 2 weeks during the Olympic break, but is he going to do that? Are they going to force him to do that? Is he going to want to do that?
Well, I think that I don't think they're going to bag skate him, but I do think there's going to be a conversation like, hey, these 3 weeks or 2.5 weeks, you're not going on vacation. You shouldn't go on vacation.
Right.
Like, don't go off to some island somewhere and,
for 10 days.
For 10 days.
Do nothing.
Like, get out. I don't care. If you want to go home, go home. You want to go somewhere, but you should be working out. You should be skating. You should be doing whatever you got to do, power skating, whatever it needs to be. That needs to happen in February. And if he does it, great. If he doesn't do it, well, then guess what? March and April are not going to be pretty.
Right.
Right?
Guys, I'm going to tell you. I know it might not go over well, but I'm going to say it. I think that Saturday's game is Matvei Mishkov's last chance to prove that he belongs in the NHL.
Oh, stop it. Stop it.
We can't say that? No?
No, stop it.
I'm kidding.
Yeah.
Stop stirring
I'm
the pot
kidding.
for no reason.
I'm kidding.
There's enough to stir as
the
it
people,
is.
The people who have been monitoring Sports Talk Radio this week may understand that reference. Okay. We'll be back on not Thursday. We'll be back on Saturday. It's been a lot of games.
Yeah, but then after Saturday, there's only one more for like the next 3.5 weeks.
It's right before Christmas.
Yeah, the 22nd, I think, against Vancouver.
I think that's the Snoopy giveaway. There's a bobblehead that the Flyers have been putting out there. It's Snoopy. And what's the bird's name?
Woodstock?
Woodstock?
Yeah.
Woodstock. It's Snoopy and Woodstock and the doghouse, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
And that's on that final game before Christmas.
By the way, happy 100th. This was our 100th.
You know
I forgot
what?
to say it.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
This was our 100th
Press row show.
press row show
In this iteration.
in this
In
iteration.
this era, at least, yeah.
How many press row shows do you think you and I used to do in like actual press row?
Well, we did what, 2 years of them before the.
Was it 2 or was it 3?
That's $600 in bridge tolls.
It's the truth.
How about that?
It's the truth, Bundy.
Yeah, it is.
It's the truth. It is for you.
Bundy, do I?
I did. By the way,
What?
I made that mistake in Florida. So I had a rental car down there, and they asked me at the rental car counter.
You
They
want
said,
one of those passes, right?
do you want to? I'm like, what do I need it for? I'm going from one hotel to the other. Like I'm not going anywhere. So what do I need it for? Except I had no idea that every freaking highway down there is a toll road.
Yeah, what do they call it? A sunshine pass?
So,
A
yeah,
sun pass, yeah.
Sunshine Pass, I think, or Sun Pass, yeah. And so, like, I had to do toll by plate for the entirety. Every time I got on the highway, back and forth between those hotels, I'm going to get a bill from the rental car company. That's like some ridiculous bill because I didn't get the stupid Sun Pass.
There was a question, by the way, in
Stupid
the
Anthony.
in the comments. Intern Andrew, does he dress as an elf for the final game?
Yes, it's a tradition.
Do you have the elf costume still?
I still have it, yeah.
It's a tradition. He's got to do it.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, the people who turn the show on for the first time, like that night? They've never watched Press Row Show before, and they see you dressed as an elf.
They may not never turn it back on again.
That silly podcast.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's what they're all going to call it.
What kind of clown show is this?
That's right.
Yeah, with a poem. You're going to have the poem ready, right?
All right, I will have a poem, but I think it's going to be my last one
What?
because it's you got to strike while or not strike while they aren't. What's the go out on top? My poem last year kind of fell flat, so I'll go.
I don't think it fell flat. We just never replayed it because Russ is lazy getting your edits up.
No, but even I'll admit it wasn't as funny. I only have so much comedic.
Well, you know
bones
what?
in
No,
my
but
body.
here it is, Andrew, and I'll tell you why the first one was funnier. The first one was funnier because you caught us off guard with how funny it was.
Brilliant, I am.
Right. So the second one we had like an elevated expectation,
Yeah, maybe that's it.
right? So that's all it is. It's not that it wasn't funny. It was just that we expected it to be a topper and it didn't top it,
Okay.
right?
Well, I will go.
So we'll lower our bar this year.
I will go balls to the wall for this poem, and then after that, I think it's I have to find a new bit. There's only so many poems, I think. So I'll go out on top with this one.
This is
I love
Dan Hilferty. Welcome to Snow the Goalie. You're in for a treat.
That's
I think every time from now until the end of time, that's going to be the one to deflect anytime we get into hot water. If he does anything stupid,
Yeah.
if he says anything offensive.
Phil E. Fan is really upset with you.
I'm not surprised. He's one of many.
There are many people.
He's many.
So many
He's
people.
one of many.
They say SanFilippo.
Yeah, because Travis Konechny's hilarious.
He's
Yeah.
so grumpy. So grumpy, this guy. Right over here. You wouldn't even believe it.
Every one of these fans should go coach a hockey team.
You know what?
They'd be so much better than everybody who's ever played the game.
Time Mercha SanFilippo.
I think the next 100 are going to be great.
Yes.
This is a great show.
I don't know if I could do another 100. I don't know if I have it in me.
You.
Bundy, you have another 100 press row shows in you?
Sure.
Okay. All right, well, I guess it's time for us to go.
Yeah, time to wrap this
We'll
up.
be back on Saturday, the day before Bundy's birthday. So make sure you bring your your birthday treats to the stream. You know?
Yeah, we'll be definitely singing happy birthday to you on Saturday, Bundy, a day early.
I hope the Russian lady's back. I want the Russian lady from last year who stood
cake, yeah.
right there. The cake was there.
Can I have 8
8
pieces?
I need 8 pieces.
8 pieces of the
8
cake.
pieces of cake. For whom? For what? All right.
All right.
Big thank you to everybody who tuned in. Don't forget, like the video, share the video, subscribe. You can find Wednesday's episode of Snow the Goalie Radio that we did at Chickies and Pete's. That is also available in the podcast feed over on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pandora, Amazon Music, wherever you get your podcasts. And the Press Row Show is as well. I've been going back into adding pregame, intermissions, and postgame now, not just postgame. So,
Tony, I can't wait till you call into the show on Wednesday as well. I cannot wait for you to call on Wednesday.
He's been talking.
Tony Louie.
He's been talking.
He's a chatterbox and a half, this guy. All right? I've dealt with him on Bundy's website. I've dealt with this guy many times. No problem. I cannot wait till you call in. And Amadeo, maybe you could get a clip ready. Ant versus Tony Louie 48 or whatever the hell it is.
Tony Louie B.
Tony Louie B. Get one of those ready and have one of those for the show for when he calls.
Oh, that's so good.
I don't actually know what this one sounds like. Hold on. All right.
All right.
Ding, ding, ding. I don't know.
Night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.